The question is this. There was a time Nigeria was ranked the happiest nation in the world. And then if you look at Nigeria, not many people are interested in civic participation. And then the question must be asked now, why people who were hitherto unbothered with governance are now actively interested in how they are governed? I believe that Nigerians are fed up with hunger. Our leaders are not listening.
Did you say fed up?
Yes, we are fed up with hunger.
They're fed up with hunger, so they want the hunger to end.
Yes, and I do believe that our leaders are not listening, because if indeed they are listening, you will see it from their responses. None of them have spoken to the issues being debated. They are not talking to the protesters. They're not listening. They are just quick to tag this protest to a riot. They just want to clamp it down. And it seems as if our security officers have now gone into an overdrive of regime protection. They're not interested in protecting Nigerians, but they're interested in protecting the regime. So I'll leave that aside and then focus on something that I would really love to talk about, which is that people have died during this protest. And then it's quite painful that people who are protesting hunger are now meeting untimely deaths while they're protesting for better. And then I want to sympathize with families who have lost loved ones. But then it also shows now how Nigerians treat its citizens, right? Because you can't go from caring to killing in one day because people are protesting. You look at nations that were caring for their citizens, and when their citizens protest, you see how they respond. When you see a nation that brutally murders its citizens, then the same thing is the way they respond to protest. If you look at any general hospital, or any tertiary institution, any tertiary hospital in Nigeria today, you go there and study them for 1 week and see the number of needless deaths that occur there daily due to lack of basic supplies, medical supplies, sometimes lack of manpower, sometimes negligence, sometimes lack of... And so you see how Nigerians deal with their citizens. So the only thing now is that the killings on the protest ground are televised. The killings that happen due to kidnapping, killings that happen due to hunger, the killings that happen even till today. Trucks still fall off Ojelaba Bridge in Lagos. So all of those things show you that the protest is now an opportunity for the world to see how Nigeria treats Nigerians.
Indeed, the protest is part of democracy. It's guaranteed by the Constitution. And what some of us perhaps will be looking at is how can the government, how can the country seize this opportunity, to deepen the democracy?
I think I will support the argument of Chief Ralph Nwosu here. I believe that the political class has erroneously analyzed the situation. Immediately after EndSARS protest in Nigeria, I wrote that a time will come where the soldiers' bullets will not be enough to deter Nigerians from protesting. If that time is not now, it's near, right? Because people will get frustrated to the point that if you are killing them, you're doing them a favor. And that time is coming. And then to manage 220 million hungry and frustrated people is not quite an easy task. And that's why you must have to think clearly about these issues. But then you see the way they respond. They don't even understand the egregiousness of the issues at hand. Because I think it was Chesterton, either G.K. Chesterton or Lippmann, who was arguing that leadership at the political level puts you in a position where you take enormous responsibility over a large swath of people. But in fact, it also secludes you from the people. That you don't have the everyday lived reality of the people. And I think that's what is happening now, that the people we have elected, or maybe they elected themselves into positions of authority, are now so different and so distant from the people they purport to be leading. And that's why you see that we're speaking different languages, unable to hear us completely. And by the way, if they are unable to hear us, I don't think that we should be able to also hear them. So we're speaking two different languages. We want bad governance to end. We want hunger to end. And think they're saying that they want it to continue. And then it's now left for who will end up having
who will blink first.